My name is Jason. I'm from Jason Corner. It's my luxury review channels, and I'm also from Modern Collectible. So today is my honor to have the interview with you, Mr. Mrs. Karina Sánchez.
It's my honor, Jason. It's my honor to be interviewed by you.
Thank you much. So the first question is, what inspired a smart and charming woman like you working in the spirits industry, especially tequila? Why tequila?
Yes, well, I have to say that to explain why tequila, I have to say that I was born and raised in Jalisco, and Jalisco is this birthplace for the spirit. So as you can imagine, tequila is a big business in Mexico and in Jalisco, and it's part of our culture. So I really wanted to be part of this industry, and that is why I decided to be part of the tequila industry. I am chemical engineer, but I wasn't sure about to be involved like in the production process. So I decided to be in the fun side of the spirit, which is like the hospitality and how to enjoy better from tequila, right? And I started in the tequila industry in the hospitality part and as educator, sharing the Mexican culture, sharing the amazing things about the liquid. And now I have the honor to share the amazing things about Don Julio and Don Julio 1942.
All right, that makes you a global ambassador for sure.
Yes.
All right. So next question, like in the States and in Mexico, for sure people love tequila, but now it's like expanding to Asia and Europe. So can you share the insight about the preference of drinkers from different regions?
Of course. I would like to highlight that I still see like the preferences of people about some cocktails. And for me, it's a very good way to drink tequila in cocktails. We encourage people always to drink in a responsible way so they can even enjoy more about this spirit, but also the fine drinking, right? And cocktails is an excellent option to drink tequila. So having said that, margarita is still the most well-known cocktail. Many people in North America, even in Europe or in Asia, in some places, they know the margarita and they drink the margarita, right?
Sure, yeah.
However, as Mexican, I always like to speak about the paloma because paloma is this very Mexican authentic cocktail made with tequila. However, I mean, not all the liquids work for a paloma, right? So I would say that paloma now is starting to grow in other markets different from Mexico, like in Europe, for example. In Asia, I think the margarita is a very good option. And what I have to say this, I still see this ritual of people drinking tequila in shots with lime and salt also. But I really encourage people to drink in a better way, especially when you are speaking of Don Julio or Don Julio 1942. We have here super premium liquids. And the last thing that you want to do is to add something that is going to transform the flavor in something completely different, right? So our liquids can be drank in amazing cocktails or on the rocks or like by sipping in food occasions.
All right. So how about Vietnam? You have a market visit recently in Vietnam. So how about Vietnam market? You have any like comment in the market?
Like a recommendation to drink the spirit. For what I have seen in Vietnam, because I've just been here for 1 day and this is my first time in Asia, but I believe, as I said, that probably a margarita would be like a very good option to drink tequila. For Don Julio 1942, which is a more complex but balanced liquid, I would say that you can have it on the rocks or you can have it also like by sipping. I have seen in these very few hours that I have stayed here that you guys have like the herbs, like you use the herbs in your food, right? Yeah. And I believe that, I mean, tequila is about that, about to combine also with herbs.
To add something.
Exactly, right? Because the raw material that we use to produce the spirit is the blue agave weber, which is a type of agave plant. and the fresh agave aroma is very similar to some herbal notes. So I believe that will be like a very good option for Vietnam to drink tequila.
All right, good, thank you. So next questions like as a global brand ambassadors and a true tequila person. So what has been your experience in different type of tequila, ranging from affordable to high end? So and what make Don Julio tequila stand out from other brands?
Yes, of course. Well, I have to say that I've been in the tequila industry for 17 years now. And I can tell you that tequila is not the same of years ago. The drink was born in Mexico as this harsh drink that you need to have, like salt and lime, to have a better experience. But it was many years ago. So now, I mean, it's since a few years ago, or not that few years, the spirit has been moving towards the premiumization. Tequila Don Julio was the creator of the #1 luxury tequila, that was Tequila Don Julio Reposado. And so now we have in the industry more like premium spirits or more premium tequilas in the market. Tequila Don Julio, we have like a super, like ultra premium tequila, which is Don Julio 1942. So, of course, I mean, you have here like the clear transformation of the spirit through the years, right? So, in Don Julio, we like to produce like luxury brands so people can enjoy from our tequilas, not just in the evening, during the daytime, and in different ways. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So, and what are the defining elements that position Don Julio 1942 as a luxury tequila? Is it the appearance, or the designs, or the qualities of itself?
Okay, before to answer that question, because sometimes I talk too much, but I just remember that Don Julio 1940, what makes Don Julio different from others, because that was one of the questions, what makes Don Julio tequila different from others is not just one thing. And I love that question because this is a very frequent question that I receive from the audience when I am visiting different markets. So if I have to answer what makes Don Julio different from the more than 2,200 different brands of tequila in the market, is like many things during the process that we are doing different from others. Since the selection of the agave plant, the right agave plant, the perfect maturation of the plant, the way that we harvest the plant, the way that we cook the agave hearts in our traditional masonry ovens, the yeast that we are using to ferment the drink, the way that we are aging our liquids further than the regular standards in the industry, all that makes Don Julio a different brand from others. What makes so special Don Julio 1942 is everything. Is everything, and it was created to celebrate, like in style, the 60th anniversary of Don Julio Gonzalez, our late founder. And it was created in 2012. So it is the appearance, the nice color that the liquid has. May I serve the liquid? Yes? Okay, so it is the appearance, it is also the profile of the liquid.
Wow.
Yes.
So this is also my first time to see this kind
you
of
are going to love this amazing liquid. So it is the appearance, is the profile, is the aroma. Don Julio 1942 is a very rich, or has this very rich complexity of aromas coming from the agave fields, coming from the process, and coming from the barrels. It's an añejo tequila or extra aged tequila, and you can see it has a beautiful color, beautiful shadows and nuances on the side. It's a super transparent liquid, very brilliant, right? So it is. It has a very nice medium body as well. So it's very nice. And in nose, it's super rich in vanilla, in caramel, toffee. So all that coming from the process.
I can smell this from distance.
Exactly. So it's the way that we make the liquid. And something that people probably you cannot see, but you can taste it, is the passion and the love that we make our liquids with love.
Yeah, that I can tell, from your answers. Yeah. Awesome. So when people think of tequila, as you mentioned before, so they gonna go with a piece of lamb and salt. That's a traditional way. So the other way you recommend is drinking it in different kinds of mixing, right? Like cocktail and like on the road.
Exactly. Exactly. In the cocktail, on the rocks, or in food occasions as well, doing some pairings with food. So different ways. With our portfolio of Don Julio, what we look is to give our consumers more times to enjoy of our tequilas during the day.
Awesome. And so can you guide me a proper way to enjoy the tequila?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, the first thing is that I really want to encourage our consumers and our customers to enjoy tequila in a different way. To place this bottle, we need to work for at least 8 years to have one bottle of Don Julio 1942, because we invest 6 years cultivating our agave fields, and once they are fully mature, then we need to transform the sugars and to age the liquid for 2 years. So in total, 8 years to have this bottle. And you can get only 4 bottles from one agave plant. So that makes super special Don Julio 1942, right? So having said that, in a shot glass, you cannot have this very nice and elevated experience to enjoy of tequila. What happens with the shot glass is the shot glass usually comes full to the top. So when you do this, you are almost the liquid is almost touching your nose, right? And the alcohol is getting really strong to your nose. So recommendation, especially for Don Julio 1942, which is our ultra premium liquid, have a champagne glass if you can have it. Then that way you are going to have a very nice mixing of aromas, or all the aromas combined here. Then when you take the glass close to your nose, the alcohol impact is going to be less strong in your nose, right? It's less strong, and then also you are enjoying from other aromas that are getting out to your nose as well. So if you take the glass near to your nose, you can move it side to side. You can swirl a little bit so you provoke the movement of the aromas, the volatile compounds. Then you smell again, and there you have caramel, wood, oak, rich vanilla, right? Hazelnut, dried fruits, dates, apricot, some hints of citrus aroma, right? And one of the things, I have to say that in my almost 2 decades drinking tequila, I have tried quite a few tequilas, right? And Don Julio 1942 is my favorite tequila. The reason is because for me, Don Julio 1942 is the one that can take you through the entire journey of the process that we have, starting from the agave fields, when you have these citrus aromas, and then the honey that is in the ovens when cooking the agave hearts, and then in the aging warehouse with the caramel, the dark chocolate, the rich vanilla. So then you can sip the liquid just a little bit and take the liquid all into your mouth so you feel the sensation. You can feel this nice warmness inside your mouth. It feels very rich and silky, with a silky texture into your palate, right? And a tip, if you want to perceive the aftertaste, is that you can, after you swallow all the liquid into the palate, then you release the air through the nose, so you can get the aftertaste, which will be dark chocolate. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
But the most
dark chocolate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can make sure that drinking this way, you are really going to be able to appreciate all the complexity and the balance that we have in this amazing liquid.
Awesome. So thank you for showing me, the proper way to enjoy.
But we forgot a very important thing.
Yeah.
to say salud. This is what
sure.
Mexican says. Yes, salud, salud, salud when we're drinking.
All right, thank you. It's strong and it's graceful in my mouth.
It's rich and it's very well balanced at the same time.
So we're gonna move on with the interview right now. So the taste out and the flavor of Don Julio that I have tried. So it's quite bold and intense. So what is it for the first time drinker, the tequila first time drinker?
Uh-huh.
So is it appropriate for the first time drinker? What do you think?
Yes, of course. I mean, this is I believe that what we need to do is once again, to encourage people to drink in the best way so they can enjoy from a very good liquid, and they learn how to really appreciate the liquid. I mean, Don Julio 1942 is an option for everyone that like to enjoy from a complex liquid, but balance at the same time. And I think this one fits to most of the palates or to any palates. Yes.
All right, that's good. So I have do a little research about Don Julio 1942, and I think this is a favorite and the top of my luxury tequila for celebrity worldwide. You know that we have a Vietnamese artist that just have received the Oscar.
Oscars.
Yeah,
Yes.
Quan Ke Huy. So I see that he really loved Don Julio.
Yes.
So how do you what make Don Julio 1942 the preferred choice of celebrities and individuals who seeking for a touch of luxuries?
Well, I believe that we have this amazing liquid that in taste is really nice, right? It's really complex and nice. But I also believe that Don Julio 1942 is perceived or is the one that is present in the monumental celebrations. So to celebrate with a style, something amazing, Don Julio 1942 is there, right? And also we have as a brand very beautiful values that connect our brand with the land, with the people, with the craft. Don Julio 1942 is this liquid that was like the usual of Don Julio Gonzalez, our late founder, when he created this liquid. And by the way, he created 1942 to celebrate his 60th anniversary. So the true celebration spirit of the 1942 has been there forever, right? So this is the one that is in the monumental celebrations, and it's an incredible liquid.
That's very good to celebrate your big moment in your life. Don Julio 1942, Don Julio in general, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So in your opinion, what's the definition applied to those who choose the Don Julio 1942 tequila brand, drinking alcohol or savoring alcohol? And what spirit does Don Julio, especially the 1942, aim to convey to everyone?
Well, I would say that instead of savoir alcohol, I would say savoir tequila, right? Yes, because tequila is much more than alcohol. Tequila is this complexity that is coming from the agave, from the transformation of the process. And once that you learn how to enjoy and how to get to know better the liquid, you discover, just like you did, right? With 1942, all the aromas and profile that we have there. So I would say that. And 1942 is like this super balanced liquid that can be approachable to any palate. We don't need to say many things to convince people about to drink 1942. Once they try it, they love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For sure. I bet they do.
Yes. Did you love it now?
I myself.
Okay, good.
I do
Okay,
the
good.
same. Right. So if you was to use three adjectives to describe your personalities and the journey as a brand ambassadors over the years, so what will it be?
I believe that first of all, a brand ambassador needs to have like high skills in hospitality, because more than knowledge, to be a brand ambassador is being this kind person that create memorable experiences for others, right? Sometimes you drink tequila and probably you don't remember all the things that the brand ambassador explained about the spirit, but you remember the way you feel when you were with this person, right? Drinking the tequila. So I believe hospitality is one of them. I also believe that to know like very good the culture of your spirit, in this case Mexico. I believe a brand ambassador needs to be in love with his or her culture, right? In this case, my culture behind the spirit is the Mexican culture, and I am in love with my country, and I am happy to share my love and passion for my country, and of course for my tequila. So this is the second thing. And the third one probably might be like I believe a brand ambassador needs to have, of course, the knowledge, and also this like spirit of celebration, right?
Yeah.
Always like in a responsible way, but this spirit of celebration. Being brand ambassador is about to share the passion, the celebration, and big moments with people that are around us.
Awesome. Very informative and very inspiring.
Thank you.
So, and with Don Julio elegant designs and top-notch quality, so many people seek it not only for taste, not only for try it, but as also the collectible item. So, as a tequila lover like you, do you collect the Don Julio too yourself?
Of course, I collect my bottles. Yes, yes, and I mean, we have had like some limited editions. We have a few products in our portfolio that are like super premium liquids, but also collectible bottles. For me, Don Julio 1942 is an amazing bottle that I like to have one always in my collection, right? So yes, of course, good liquids always and beautiful presentations always deserve to be collected.
So in my experience, so in Vietnam and from other regions, people love to collect like whiskeys, the wines. How about tequila? So do they do the same with tequila?
Yes, in Mexico, and not just in Mexico, but in other countries, like for example in North America, or they really like to collect the bottles to find like rare liquids and to collect them as well. Yes, it's like for people that we really enjoy of the drink. We like to know that we have this special liquid or this special bottle in our collection. Tequila is about the liquid, mostly about the liquid from my perspective, but also about the bottle. And looking at this beautiful bottle that has just the shape of an agave leaf. Yes, this is like the agave leaf, right? So probably you cannot have in your house in Vietnam an agave plant, but you can have the Don Julio 1942 bottle.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, and finally, so do you believe that luxury tequila will become increasingly popular and widespread in Asian market and create a new trend of appreciation and celebration in Vietnamese market?
I am pretty sure that this is going to happen. And I am pretty sure of that because that was also like the way or the path that we followed in Mexico, right? Tequila in the very beginnings was born in Mexico as this harsh spirit. And then the market, our society started to evolve to the premiumization of the liquid. And the same happened to other countries. So I am pretty sure the same thing. I mean, this is an evolution of the spirit and of the consumer as well. Now we have more knowledgeable consumers. They are keen to try like the finest spirits of the world. They are connected somehow with the things that are happening in the land. We have this beautiful liquid and spirit that is coming from the land, actually. So I believe, of course, the luxury of tequila is going to grow more and more here in Vietnam.
All right.
And especially having like these ultra premium liquids, and of course sharing with people here the best way to enjoy of our liquid.
All right. So thank you very much for your time and your sharing. It's very inspiring.
We are going to say like this and
Salute.
salud. Salud.